Beta and Earthlings. Guys, the summer of Steven is almost over. We only have, what, 4 days of it left? And what a way to kick off the event's final week. There has been some unevenness to the episodes during this season, and I think we're noticing it more because the episodes are crammed so close together. But it's episodes like these two episodes, which were put together into one long episode, just like The Return and Jailbreak, for example, really prove that the summer of Steven was worth it. That Season 3 has merit. Because, quite honestly, I can't think of two more perfect episodes of this show. The plot of these episodes is that Amethyst needs to take a break from preparing to fight Jasper, so Steven takes her to the barn so that he can see Lapis and Peridot, thinking that a little bit of downtime will do her good, but she's so frickin' annoyed by the whole thing because she wants to keep on training. And she's just so delightfully annoyed the entire time that she's at the barn, and I found it hilarious. Anyway, they get there, and Lapis and Peridot have modified the barn, and can we talk for a second about the fact that they're writing Lapis and Peridot as college roommates at an art college, because it's absolutely hysterical. This might be my favorite jokey plot point of the entire series. They're living at the barn, they're just chilling out. Lapis is so apathetic about everything, and Peridot is so excited about everything, and the contrast is hilarious. And then we have their art projects themselves, or what they're calling meat morphs, which are genuinely thought-provoking and interesting, but also freaking hilarious. I mean, bravo writers on this scene. It could not have been written better. I loved literally every second of it, especially Peridot's description of the art project she made from her broken tape recorder. That was gold. But anyway, once Peridot realizes why Amethyst is down, why she's upset, she takes Amethyst to Jasper's kindergarten, the Beta kindergarten, to try to lift Amethyst's spirits by proving that Jasper is inferior, specifically because she was made in an inferior place. And she fails miserably when everything about Jasper's exit hole proves that she is the model quartz. They then discover that Jasper is actually there, that she's been gathering up corrupted gems and cluster experiment gems and imprisoning them at the Beta kindergarten, building up her army. And Amethyst is reckless, and a confrontation ensues in which Steven flat out tells Amethyst that she isn't like Jasper. She's like him. And he doesn't say that that makes her better than Jasper, because it doesn't make her better than Jasper, but it does make her a worthwhile person. And she finally sees that, and they have a moment of synchronicity, and they fuse into Smoky Quartz, who is probably my new favorite fusion in the entire show. Stevonnie's pretty high up there too, but Smokey was awesome. They were just the perfect blend of Steven and Amethyst's personalities. Think of Smokey as kind of like Sugilite Light. Sugilite without any of the violence or excess pride. Smoky Quartz is full of themselves, but in a fun way, where they can still take things seriously. And the way they moved was just insane, because you've got this bulky character who is so fluid in their movements and so effective as a fighter because of that, because they have the size and the mobility to be a real threat on the battlefield. Not to mention the fact that their weapon was a yo-yo, which was awesome. It's not at all what I expected from this character, but it could not have been done better. And through Smoky Quartz, Amethyst is finally able to score her victory over Jasper, but then something happened, and I have some serious problems with this scene that I'm not going to get into in this video because I've been very happy with this episode so far, and I really don't think it was written to be taken the way that I immediately took it. And I've talked about it a lot over on my Tumblr last night and early this morning, so if you do want to know what the discourse is for me, you can go check over there and find out. I'll make sure the link is in the description down below. But basically what happens is Jasper has trained the corrupted quartz that she fought Stevonnie with. She has trained it somehow to be able to sync up with her enough to fuse with her, and they create this kind of half-corrupted Jasper fusion thing. And Smokey is still able to handle her relatively easily because the fact is, corrupted gems just aren't nearly as powerful as regular gems. And the fusion breaks, and the corrupted gem runs away, and Jasper has this really kind of heartbreaking moment where you see that she really does genuinely want a connection with somebody. She says that no one she ever fuses with ever wants to stay with her, and I hadn't really thought about up until that point that maybe she really is genuinely looking for companionship, and that, I don't know, it just made me think and feel and everything that the show is good at doing. But it appears that the damaged code which causes gems to become corrupted can be passed via fusion, because Jasper starts to corrupt and Steven tries to help her, but she won't let him. And as great as these two episodes already were, it's this scene that makes these episodes great, that puts them up there with the best episodes of this show. Because Jasper delivers the wham line that proves once and for all that for whatever reason, regardless of how it happened, Rose Quartz is the reason that Pink Diamond is no longer part of the Diamond Authority. This is also where we find out that Jasper was originally made for Pink Diamond. Whether she came out of the ground before or after whatever happened to Pink Diamond happened, we don't know. But she was originally made for Pink Diamond, and it is whatever Rose did to Pink Diamond that has led to Jasper hating Rose as much as she does and wanting to show Rose up as much as she wants to show her up. And Jasper, thinking this entire time that Steven actually is Rose, expects Rose to know this and is genuinely shocked when Steven doesn't even know about Pink Diamond. And it's so interesting because I think that's the moment that it clicked for Jasper that Steven isn't Rose. And maybe all of his offers in this episode to help Jasper were genuine, and now it's too late. And it's weird because I think this is the last thing that had to happen before Jasper could be redeemed. I think we are on the path to a Jasper redemption now. Yes, she is bubbled at the end of this episode by Amethyst, which, first of all, Amethyst finally bubbled a gem on the screen. I'm very proud of her. But she is far too important a character to simply be discarded at this point. I'm going to go with the same argument I did back when she fell in the crevice in the earth. People said back then that that was definitely their way of removing her from the show. It's not. She is too important a character to simply be removed without resolving her story arc, and it hasn't been resolved yet. So I am 100% sure that she is coming back. And I'm, 75 to 80% sure that when she does, it's going to be so that she can be redeemed. There's actually one more thing I want to touch on that I almost completely forgot to talk about. All through this episode, Peridot is trying to demonstrate her metal powers by moving one of the metal bars that Jasper has put up to imprison the corrupted gems. And so while all of this action-y stuff is happening in the foreground and all this dramatic stuff is happening in the foreground, you have this comic relief of Peridot epically failing to move this metal. And it's pretty clear all throughout this episode that Peridot doesn't give a shit about Jasper. But when it comes down to it and they're trying to talk Jasper down, Peridot gets in on it and tries to talk her down and make peace with her. That was just such a mature thing for Peridot to do. She's grown so much. And I mentioned that Jasper was poofed, but I didn't actually mention that it was Peridot who poofed her. When Steven and Amethyst are threatened by the now, if not entirely corrupt, almost entirely corrupt Jasper, Peridot finds the strength to move that metal bar and impale her. It was just so perfectly staged, I can't find anything to fault it on. Guys, I cannot express accurately how much I loved these two episodes. And holy crap, we finally got a Pink Diamond name drop. That means we are definitely going to find out what happened to her for sure, very, very soon. Probably before this season is over, and I'm so excited. But what did you think of this episode? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below. Either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.
I want to be a yo-yo man, he cried. Make me a yo-yo man. But the yo-yo master did not answer. He just kept on yoing.